Good afternoon, Coach. We'll get
Afternoon.
started here with Chris Franklin, then Dave Zingaro.
Hey, Doug, is there any update as to who will be the starter come this next Sunday? And also, if not, will you be weighing the who's available up front against the offensive line as one of the one of the factors in your decision?
No, I have not made a decision yet, and the offensive line does not weigh into any decisions as to who that might be.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Kristen.
So then, Doug, what are some of the determining factors in that decision, and is there a time you'd like to make that decision by?
Yeah, Dave, I'm not prepared right now to make any statement or decisions on that. I'm still processing a lot of things and going through a lot of things before I make that decision. So that when I know, you'll know.
Sure. I'm not asking what the decision is, but what goes into that decision?
I would like to keep those private, so that's just between me and me.
Go ahead, Kristen, and then Zach Berman.
If I can follow up on that, though, what are you looking to see from whoever will start this week at practice?
Again, I'm taking all that into consideration, and the big picture is the football team, and we've got a lot of injury again. Coming out of this football game, there's a lot of moving parts again this week, so I'll take all that into consideration moving forward.
Zach, and then Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Doug. Throughout these past 5 years, you've spoken about how you and Carson are married in this together. To what extent do you consider Carson's success or failure a reflection of you, and how does this affect how you navigate the decision?
No, you're absolutely right, Zach. I mean, we are married to this, and it's something that I pride myself on, and we're definitely, he and I are definitely in a situation that we've got to work ourselves out of, and we'll my job is to help him and to help him improve and to get better and to help this football team win. My job is also to take and look at the big picture too, and look at the entire football team, right? And those are all things that I've got to consider as we move forward.
Tim, and then Jeff.
Communication's the key to any good marriage, Doug. Have you had a conversation with Carson since that game? And what kind of message are you stressing with him right now?
Yeah, Tim, as far as communication goes with any player, I like to keep those private.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then John Clark.
Doug, what did you see in the film of Jalen Hurts? How did he play?
He played okay.
Could you give a little more detail as to how you thought he performed under those circumstances?
Yeah, I thought it was the spark that I was hoping for when I made the change. He came in and did some things. One of the things that obviously extended some plays with his legs. Made a nice throw to Jalen Reagor. It was good to see that, and then obviously the throw to Greg Ward for the touchdown on a scramble. But there's some things that if and when he looks at the film that we can clean up and he can improve upon. But I thought it was the spark that got us back in the football game.
John, and then Les.
Hey, Doug, do you think that Carson taking a step back in that second half can do some good, just taking a step back from a situation?
Well, I think anytime you can maybe look at a situation with calmer eyes, the 30,000-foot perspective, and I think it's how we all kind of handle the situation, right? And of course Carson's a part of this right now, and how we all handle the situation. I think we can all learn from it and improve. And again, as I said, my job is the best interest of the football team, and that's what we'll do moving forward.
Les, and then Mike.
Hey, Doug. Speaking in that context of the best interest of the team, will you be talking to leaders on the team about this situation and the variables involved, or is it something you just will make on your own? Will other coaches be involved in what you decide?
No, Les, this will be my decision. You know, I don't feel like I need to communicate with anybody, players, other coaches. I think it's just, again, it's you know, obviously my decision, the opportunity that I have, you know, moving forward, and it'll solely be up to me.
Thank you.
Mike and then Bo.
How much does Press Taylor weigh into this decision? Is that a conversation that you'll have with him before making this decision as well?
You know, Preston and I have a lot of conversations, but you know, I don't necessarily feel, you know, the need to ask him. I think I have I will definitely, you know, think about some of those conversations we've had in the past, and you know, and all of that. But again, you know, I don't need a whole lot of outside influence to make a decision, you know, one way or the other.
Bo and then John McMullen.
Doug, you said last night when asked about whether you had or not making the decision to pull Carson earlier, that there had been issues with the whole offense in previous games, whereas this game it seemed to be a little bit more on the quarterback. What were the things that Carson was doing or not doing yesterday that necessitated the change?
Well, when you go back and you know, you look at the tape and listen, you know, there's it's hard for me to really, I really don't want to get into the specifics, right? This is between me, the coaches, and the team, right? These are things that I don't necessarily need to publicly air all our critical mistakes and errors and things that our football team made. There's enough to go around, right? All three phases. But at the end of the day, we didn't get it done, you know, and quite frankly, we had an opportunity even in late in the game to get it done, and we didn't do that. So I'm not gonna sit here and you know point the finger or point blame, especially at the quarterback position, because there's enough to go around.
John and then Nick.
Hey, good afternoon, Doug. You've been doing this a long time, both as a player, playing the position, assistant coach, head coach. So you kind of know what comes along with this type of decision. How difficult was it for you to make that decision in game?
Well, it's always difficult, you know, especially at the quarterback position, and you know, in game when you're trying to, you know, find a play, find an opportunity for anybody to make a play, and then it's not happening. You just got to find that spark, and you just got to find that something that maybe can get your offense going, maybe get your team going, and so they're obviously difficult decisions to make, but you know, again, that's what I was hired to do, to make difficult decisions, and you know, I did one yesterday afternoon, and you know, it got us back in the football game, but it just wasn't enough.
Nick and then Rob.
Hey, Doug, do you have any updates on the injuries? You know, Peters, Slay, Avonte Maddox, anybody else?
Yeah, Avonte Maddox is okay. Slay, I think, is going to be day to day, but should be fine. You know, he came out of it a little bit nicked up. Jason Peters is still working through, you know, his injury. I am waiting on one more report today to come back on him to see where he's at and his status for this week. You know, TJ Edwards is going to be a little bit limited this week, but optimistic that as the week goes, he'll get stronger and better and be available. Let me think. Everybody else. What's that?
Davion Taylor.
Oh yeah, Davion Taylor, good one there. Davion Taylor's going to miss some time. He's going to miss some time, and he's probably the one that's the most significant. But everybody else should be within reason, should be day to day, and you know, hopefully available for this game. But Davion's going to miss some time.
Rob, and then Martin.
Doug, you said last week you didn't have any assurances one way or another about coming back next year, returning next year. So how do you balance trying to win now with an opportunity that you guys still have in the NFC East versus the priority to get Carson back on track versus seeing what you have in Jalen?
You know, that's you know, my focus right now is obviously New Orleans in this week, and that's all I'm focused on. I'm not focused on next week or the next 4 games, the next month, next season. You know, I'm the head football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles right now, and I expect to get this football team ready to play, you know, this week against New Orleans. I'll say this, and you could probably ask the guys. The guys are frustrated. The guys are disappointed. We've been in a lot of these games here recently. We just haven't finished very well, and it's something we've got to learn upon and be prepared this week for another good football team coming in here.
We have time for a couple more, so Martin and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Doug, speaking of New Orleans, do you feel like, you know, by the time you guys start practicing Wednesday, you know, you need to know which quarterback you're going to be going with as far as getting the bulk of the practice reps? And also, is there any kind of competitive advantage to not revealing the quarterback leading up to this week?
Well, I do think it's important that once I make the decision that, you know, whoever that is, they take the bulk of the reps, right? I mean, that's how they prepare, you know, during the week. As far as the competitive advantage goes, you know, I feel that I could probably say that this is going to stay quiet, but it probably won't, right? It's probably going to get out, and you guys are going to find out, and all of that. So, but as far as a competitive advantage, though, I do feel like the longer you can kind of keep the opponent waiting on a dual quarterback situation, it could possibly help a little bit. But you know, we'll see how the week goes, and I'm kind of processing this right now. But as soon as I make a decision, I'll probably let you know sooner than later.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, hi, Doug. Just this decision seems like, you know, it's a pretty big one, you know, not only for the rest of the year, but maybe beyond. Why shoulder that load all by yourself? Why not, you know, lean on some others for some advice or opinions or consult?
Well, one, obviously I've been through it personally as a player, and so I've kind of experienced that from a player's perspective, and the feedback that I got from obviously Coach Reed at the time, so I can lean on that experience, and really, you know, I look at, you know, I just don't want to be, I don't necessarily want to be swayed by others' opinions, because sometimes that can cloud judgment, right? And even sometimes as a play caller, you kind of go with your gut, right? And you kind of you see things in game, and you make decisions in game that hopefully benefit the football team. And so, you know, kind of with that being said, I feel that's the right thing to do in this situation.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.